What's good, everybody? Welcome to the second episode. Welcome back to the podcast. And of course, it's me, Emery, alongside my dad. And also this time we have a guest, my little sister, Ellis. How y'all feeling today?
Good.
What's up, y'all? Feeling good. Podcast number 2. It's a milestone for us. Very excited for today. We have some events going on this week. I'm excited to have my daughter, a member of the Williams, on the podcast.
You want to talk about yourself a little bit, Ellis?
I'm a sophomore. I play basketball. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, this is our first time doing something like this, so this got some getting used to.
She's a little shy,
but we're gonna get her used to it. So first, we're gonna start off with the topic of basketball, I believe.
No, I wanna direct it to the high school she goes to, Milwaukee Academy of Science. Ellis, how do you like the school?
I like it a lot.
Where did you come from before you went to MAS, Milwaukee Academy of Science?
I came from Longfellow Middle School.
Where was that located?
Wauwatosa.
Wauwatosa. So if y'all don't know, Wauwatosa is like a suburb of Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Predominantly white.
Yeah.
So how did you adjust to that?
It wasn't really hard. I didn't talk to people for like 2 weeks because I was shy.
At MAS?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I just found friends. My first friend there was Kyrie because we had classes together. Besides Jiraiya, because I came with her.
Mm-hmm. Speak up.
So, yeah, I just got comfortable as I kept going there.
But it wasn't hard for you because your family's pretty much black. And you're from the inner city, but it still was an adjustment going from Wauwatosa to MAS. So when you chose, were you shocked when you chose MAS?
No.
You knew you wanted to go there from the beginning?
Well, no, MAS wasn't in the picture in the beginning of looking for high schools.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I had other schools in mind, but then the coach at MAS talked to you.
Who's the coach?
Gio.
Okay.
Yeah. And he talked to you and me, and he basically said I could go to their practices, and I had a meeting with the CEO.
McHenry?
Yeah, that's yeah. So it wasn't in the picture at the beginning.
Okay. So what was your thoughts when they talked to you? What were your thoughts? Like, why did you want to go there?
They surprised me when because they showed us the how they sent kids to D1 schools, and they showed their academics,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't what everybody else was saying. It was actually a good school, even though it was in the city,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't a big school, but it's a better school than most schools.
Yeah. Emery, how did you feel when you found out she decided to go to MAS?
Well, since me and my brother went to STM, I figured she wasn't gonna go to STM, but I did also expect her to go to a school like MAS. But at the same time, it really didn't matter to me. But I also know that people from STM wanted her to go there. I know that the STM basketball coach wanted her. The girls basketball coach wanted her there. Mm-hmm. They asked me. kept asking me a couple times if she was coming, and I just basically avoided the question. I didn't say yes, I didn't say no. And then, I didn't even really know much about MAS, but once I went to her first couple basketball games her freshman year, I like the energy there. I like it. I like it a lot, especially when it comes to the basketball season.
So STM, if y'all don't know, is St. Thomas More High School. That's on the south side of Milwaukee.
Completely different from MAS.
Yeah, so Ellis, what is your thoughts of MAS now versus you going there? Do you want to go to a different school, or is it what you expected?
It's what I expected.
What's the good stuff about it?
The good stuff about it.
Oh, that's my computer.
Oh.
Okay, the good stuff about it is they do, like I said, they got good academics. They got people who look out for you. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, they got people who look out for you, and they don't see, like, as a black student, they don't just see you as you a bad kid. Mm-hmm. They give everybody a chance. Mm-hmm. They got good sports. They got people. They sending people to college in basketball, track, and football. So all around, it's just a good school.
Yeah. What's your thoughts of your coaches?
I like them.
So who are your coaches?
Oh, we got Gio, Boo, and Thomas.
Okay, so on a quick brief, what is Thomas, Coach Thomas? What is he?
Like in practices, he doesn't really say much. If you got a question, he'll answer for you. Mm-hmm. He'll probably say a couple words. If you got what else? He do the stats. He just really there. I don't know what you call it, but he don't really say much as a coach.
Okay. Like
in practices, he'll stand there and make sure everything good and stuff, but he don't really.
Okay. You like him?
Yeah.
What about Boo?
Boo
Williams, right? Okay.
Yeah. Boo, he's more of the. He's the other assistant coach, and he's more of the disciplinary.
Is he?
Yeah, so if let's say Gio doing something right, and we just not doing it right, he'll automatically be get on the line.
I like that.
Yeah. Gio, he'll do that too, but Boo is really the one who really be get on the line.
Okay. So I see Gio. I see y'all during the games. He's coach. I see him getting on y'all.
Yeah.
Is he like that in practice?
Yes. Especially now that it's about to be tournament time. Mm-hmm. So he it's been more hostile.
I would assume kids that play basketball want to go to MAS. Mm-hmm. Would you advise going to MAS? Is it an ideal place for people who want to be basketball players? Or would you say, no, I would not advise it if you're not ready for blank? If you're not mentally ready for this or that? What would you say?
You really have to you have to be ready for MAS. It's not like any other school. It's you gotta be, like you said, you have to be mentally prepared for that because it's a different level.
In basketball?
Yeah.
It's a different level, like how?
You already got players on the team who got offers, and you know that they automatically gonna get the playing time. So you can't just go in there thinking that you're gonna play. You gotta compete to get that playing time. Mm-hmm. Some schools you don't really gotta do that much.
So Gio never promised you any playing time?
Well, This year he did.
I mean, he never promised you playing time.
Oh no.
Oh
no, he never told me I was gonna play all the time.
He makes you pretty much work for your playing time.
Yeah.
That's one thing I do appreciate about Gio is, I think he loves you guys, but he's not gonna play you unless you're ready. Mm-hmm. Sometimes he play y'all, and I don't think y'all deserve to be playing. Sometimes you play like trash, but but that's the vision of coaches. They look at their players and they know what's good for their players. Because I know my coaches back in the day, they ain't give us no slack. You ain't no good, you ain't playing. But nowadays, it's different, So what's your thoughts on you guys being an all-black school, pretty much? Do you feel like there's love for you guys? Or do you feel like you guys are against the odds every time you step on the court?
I feel like we against the odds a lot of times.
Okay. Do you feel like you're liked?
Like in basketball?
Yes.
No.
You don't? You guys have crowds.
Yeah.
So why are they there then?
They probably gonna go there. They probably thinking we probably gonna lose, or they want us to lose. Well, of course it depends on who we play, but yeah. Like if other schools come to see us, they probably be cheering for us, but like on the inside, they want us to lose.
Yeah, I just think that you guys should be celebrated because you guys are all black team. They say Black History Month is February. I think MAS should be celebrated for all black team. A good team. You can't even get an all black good team in the city conference. You get an all black team, but they're not good. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't see you girls as being unlikable. But one thing I can say is that if you come to play against MAS, Milwaukee Academy of Science, I think you got to be ready. Would you say so?
Yeah.
Even the fans. Don't come thinking you're going to talk crazy and you will get ate up at MAS. So, one game in particular I want to talk about. You played against Madison LaFollette. Mm-hmm. The girl led the state in scoring.
Yep.
What was your thoughts about her?
Like before we play her, or
before. I mean, just during you play. What was her name?
I do not remember. I don't remember even playing against her last year.
Okay.
So when I heard that they had a leading scorer, I thought, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I thought she was a transfer, but they said that she'd been playing with them.
Yeah.
So I didn't know who she was. And then when we played her, it didn't really seem like she was that good. I mean, she did have 20 points that game, but I don't know, it's different.
She had a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, it's like when you play against somebody who's supposed to be this good, it's like when you play against them, they don't seem like what the hype is. Like she's supposed to be so cold, but they said when I found out that she's scored 20-something points after we played her, I was like, it didn't seem like she scored that many points.
So was that good on her part?
No, because she's supposed to average 40.
Mm-hmm. So why was she so hyped up then?
Probably the teams that is their conference? You don't know if their conference good?
They're in the Madison area.
Well, I don't know if their team's good or bad, but it's probably the teams that they play. Mm-hmm. Or maybe we just locked her down.
Okay. So playoffs is coming. We're gonna end this up, but playoffs is coming. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
So I heard it was a rumor that one of the teams scouted you, and they said that they're gonna beat you guys because y'all don't know how to shoot.
Right. I guess you could say the same for them.
I thought you guys knew how to shoot.
We do.
Was that a rumor, or is that true? Did they really say that?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably a rumor.
Oh, okay.
I never.
Is it gonna be a good game?
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a real good game.
So, out of your mouth, is it gonna be a close game? Is it gonna be a blowout? What do you think?
I think it's gonna be a close game. Only for the fact that it's probably gonna be the game gonna be hostile. So a lot of people, it's like I don't know how to say it.
Yeah. Well, so we're gonna end it, but your team, I'm really expanding on your team. Why are they good? Why are you guys good?
Why are we good? Well, I guess you could say in practice we go at each other and we make each other better. And so, like, we gotta hold the best players on the floor. So then, in game time, we can hold whoever.
So your practices is harder than the games?
I'm just like me. Like let's say if I had to hold Ellis the Beautiful, that's making me better as a defender.
Yeah.
So then in a game, I'll be able to host.
So if y'all don't know, Beautiful Wahid and Lalani, Ellis, they pretty good, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm telling y'all right now, these girls is cold, man. They cold. But you got other good players on the team too. Who else you got?
We got Anaya.
That's my girl.
We got Parker.
Yep.
We got Jada.
Yep.
We got Desharia. And we got freshmen, Deja and Kennedy. We got Kyrie. Did I say Jada already? Yeah, I said Jada already. You got Inaya, Ashley, and then Jariah.
And Jariah. So the outlook for the next after this season, what's the outlook?
What you mean? Like,
for the next your junior and senior year?
Like how's it gonna look?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be. I think it's gonna be. I don't know.
We just gotta focus on this year, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna update you guys on these girls. They got tournament brackets is coming out. We're gonna update you on this Milwaukee Academy of Science all black inner city team. These girls are getting their education and playing basketball.
Yep.
The boys are pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about them. They got a big year coming up. They started out strong their first game, and then they were getting their butts kicked. After that, now they're starting to turn it back around. But they're young though.
Yep. Bunch of sophomores. Oh, you heard what happened to
What?
his senior?
What?
Sean, number 1. He broke his wrist.
So there you go. Well, Ellis, thank you.
You're welcome.
You got anything to say?
No, that was good. That was good, especially for our first time having the podcast. Or first time recording in general. Yeah,
you got any message? You got anything you got to say?
Nope. Nothing.
Shout outs to anybody?
Nope.
Okay.
you want to expand a little more on the sports world, or?
Well, I'm pretty sure that everybody's talked about the trades and LeBron James. I guess the only thing I want to expand on is, LeBron James broke the scoring title.
How do you feel about that?
I think LeBron is I think he's had the best career ever.
So you saying he's better than Michael Jordan?
No. I said he has the best career ever. And he's longevity is pretty much his game. He's been longevity, consistent. But if you ask me, who do I want to go to war with, it will not be him. I can think of quite a few players. If it's a one game scenario and my life depended on it, if you tell me I need to pick one player to take me home, and if I lose, I'm going to get killed, LeBron James, and I'm telling you, can't nobody say they will pick LeBron. If you had one game, and I'm not talking about LeBron James and he get to pick his player. You just give me 4 regular players, and you need one person to take you home. LeBron James is not the first person. So that's how I pick my greatest player. Who is going to take me? If my life depended on it, would you pick LeBron James if your life depended on it?
No, I wouldn't.
So, people say, well, he's the GOAT. Look at his numbers. Look at his stats. Okay, I can't argue with you on that. I can't argue with, he's got the most points. But I don't think nobody looked at Kareem as the best player. No. He's a great center.
Yeah.
But I don't think they looked at him as the best player in the NBA.
So do you think if Kobe or MJ took care of everybody's like LeBron and wanted to play as long as LeBron, they would have broke the scoring title?
Well, it's hard to say because I don't think that Kobe and LeBron cared about that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put yourself in Jordan's shoes, he won 3. His dad died, got killed. He left the game, came back. He won another 3. I think his mental was on winning championships. I don't think his mental was on to scoring titles, because in that case, he would look at the history books back then and say, I want to get past so-and-so and so-and-so. And I don't think that was his goal at all. But like I said, if you look at players that I want to go to war with, LeBron James will not even be number 2 on my list. I need somebody who's going to take me home. So my mindset would be like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson. Okay? See, those are killers. Those guys are straight up killers. Even like Isaiah Thomas was a killer. I just need somebody who's going to take me home, but without blinking an eye. I don't need these guys back when we played, we played pickup basketball. We didn't call fouls when we got fouled.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ball game. And like I said, LeBron's a great player. I have nothing against him. But if you ask me who's the best player, if you want to go by that criteria, no, he's not the best player. What do you think?
Yeah, I personally don't think he's the best player either. And I don't know. I really don't think you can use the scoring title as a way of saying he is the best player, to be honest. And mainly because of how long he's been in the league.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's about it, man. And, so that's all I want to talk about on sports. I really don't care about the trades. The Kyrie Luka, that's intriguing. Kevin Durant going to Phoenix, that's intriguing. But it's nothing like. Be honest with you, I'm more excited about the high school playoffs than I am with the NBA right now, and that's sad. I'm more excited about the MAS high school girls and the MAS high school boys. And what really excites me about them is that these kids are in the gym every day, and I just like seeing the development and their greatness. And I'm praying and hoping that all these kids are successful. I really don't care about somebody who's trying to break records or somebody who needs a contract. I mean, the NBA is fun, but I don't care about that.
Yeah.
So, today I called my brother today. We had a good talk. My brother's Ammo's dad. And actually, we didn't talk about Ammo at all. That wasn't even the case. We were just checking up on each other. So, that's just how, our family is. And I wanted to expand on that because they say, well, why do you want to do this podcast with your son? And I thought about it. And I always preach to y'all about fake people or people talk behind your back. Now, I remember growing up, I went to kind of a bad school. I had some bad friends. And I remember we would go to war, or say we would go to war with anybody, but it got to a point like every weekend, one of them, we would start something or get into something. And one of them be in jail. You'll call them up. So you didn't have cell phones. You have phone, call them up. Then they ain't home. Their mama ain't home and hang up on you. And you find out that they locked up or they in detention. And I'm like, man, my friends ain't reliable because they always want to get out, want to go in, want to get out, want to go in. And then I went to high school. And I had those friends. They weren't really from the streets, but they was cool. They were cool, but you knew that was kind of funny acting there. Someone talk behind your back. You had one friend who knew everybody in the whole world talk behind your back. And I remember one time we went to a club, we went to a party or something. And you out there, you talking to girls and whatever. And one of my high school friends, they weren't my real friends, the ones who was going in and out of jail, but one of these high school friends who was tough, ran behind my back. And I'm like, dude, get up off my back. Why are you on my back? And he kept on my back, and it was kind of like, almost like pushing me. And then I looked, the room was kind of dark. It was a dude in front of me with a gun. So what happened was my so-called friend pushed this guy, and it was a bunch of us. He pushed the guy. The guy pulled his gun out on him, and he ran behind my back. So if the dude would have shot, he would have shot me. I would have been shot. So I looked, and immediately my heart jumped because, that was one of the first times I ever seen a gun pulled out. But I played it real cool, and I'm like, so what up? And dude just said that, then his friends came, grabbed him, like, don't do nothing but do, he had that, like, an evil look in his eyes or whatever. And so everybody jumped in. So when it was all over, I looked at my so-called friend. I said, dude, you literally was going to get me shot. Because he was talking crazy afterwards. I said, man, so ever since then, I always tell him to shut up. Be quiet, shut up, you're nothing. So, anyway, the story is, I remember my senior year, and at this time, my parents was going through it, and I realized, I said, man, I really don't have any true friends who I can really, really count on. And it came to the point where my true friends is my dad and my brother. That was it. So I literally, this is all in the transformation when I started getting my grades to play sports. And that's when I realized family is the only thing besides God that you can really rely on. That's it. Because if you get friends in the streets, they gonna get killed. They don't care. Matter of fact, these same friends I had who used to get locked up, I remember we went to a freshman homecoming dance at a different high school. And we was far out. And we was out late. And they were like, man, we see somebody, we just gonna steal their car. And I'm like, steal their car? I ain't never stole their car before. And they was like, yes. I'm like, I guess so. And it just so happened, we saw a bus and we hopped on it. Because I really know much about the buses. But we hopped on the bus and I got home. But I said, these dudes are literally about to steal a car. And then, like, in the near future, a couple of them got in trouble for robbing somebody. So, yeah, your true friends is your family.
But in some cases, do you think, like, for some people out there, they have bad relationships with their family would do things to them that most friends would do to you? Do you think in some cases it'd be their true friends is their friends that they consider family and not their actual family?
Maybe. I know a few of my, with this bad school, a few of their family, like their dads would be estranged or doing drugs, or they have a step parents or whatever, but that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
We lived in the inner city our whole life. And I remember my 5th grade, my dad bought me my first dog, which was an Airedale, which is what Austin Ammo has. So we really got what we wanted. My brother had the record, the turntables. He was DJing. We had music playing. He did a block party one day. Somebody stole his boombox, and later my dad bought him another one. I remember I was a kid. Let me tell you how stupid I was. I had a neighbor, right? This guy came. I had a bike. My dad said, "Don't you ever get off this bike. Don't let." So I said, "Okay." So we riding the bike, and this older dude came and said, "I bet you can't beat him running." This is my friend. I knew I could beat him running. He said, "You can't beat him running in a race." I said, "Yes, I can." Anyway, I got off that bike and I raced this boy down the street, and I was blowing him out. I turned around, oh boy, got on my bike and just drove. I was about like 8 years old. And I said, oh my gosh. First I was praying my dad was going to whoop, but he never did. And he never whooped me, but he bought me another bike. But I promised myself, I said, I'm going to whoop. If I see this dude ever in my life, I'm going to whoop. I'm going to destroy this dude. So I literally became a menace on 15th Street from that time on, because I never forgot about that time. I never forgot. And then, as you get older, we got older, we had like gangs, had the East Side, the One Ways, and all these people, 2-7s and all that. So I had got my own crew, and basically, yeah, but I guess I'm going off on a whole tangent. But my family, we never did not want for anything. I had a bike. My dad bought a radio. He put a radio on my bike. I had music playing on my bike. I was the only person with music playing on my bike. Only person. And when he hooked my bike up, and people was like, I remember my neighbor said, "Here, let me see your radio." He touched me, and I said, "Don't touch my bike, because this is my first time he got stolen." He touched my bike. I straight slapped him. I said, "I told you, don't touch my bike." He ran and told his dad, and then, I got in trouble. But every time somebody touched my bike, I was straight fighting. Girl, boy, it could be whoever. We going at it. Don't touch my bike. So, but with that being said, I remember just, like I said, I called my brother today. I said, "Man, that's my home. That's my true friend." That's why I said, Austin is my nephew/son. Same with y'all. You guys are my brother's nephew/son. Same with my sisters. We're like, the love for each other is just deep.
Yeah.
So, and that's just my lesson. I just think that if you are a person who don't have family like that, or if you don't have a friend that's family like that, I feel for you, because my true friends is my family. It's just what it is. I feel like I'm stronger. I'm deeper. There's nothing gonna happen to me. I mean, I feel like if we go to war, we're gonna go to war, and that's just gonna be it. I ain't gotta worry about if they in jail or something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, I talked to my brother. We talked about Felix Cash. He's gonna fight on April 1st. And my brother said, "Man, I ain't worried about Felix no more. We done lost the appetite for Felix Cash.
Done moved on.
Done lost the appetite. So we're just moving on to a different light. And that's about it."
Yeah. And that family stuff is true. Like, basically, me and my brother talk to one of our cousins every single day. And I know one of my other cousins, our cousin Ivy, just texted me this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I texted her back.
What's up, Ivy?
So, yeah, our love for each other really runs deep in our family. And we always know, even if we don't talk, we can still hit each other up whenever we want.
Yeah.
If we need something.
And I bring that up because, we doing this podcast, and everybody does a podcast. What can you possibly talk about? Everybody does a podcast. If it's about money, health, stocks, investments, reels. I post a lot of reels on fighting through this and excelling, succeeding in that. This is how you do this. It's so many things out here. There's nothing else we can say. But one thing they don't never expound on is they may say, I know they might have reels or statements saying, "I know you watching me, you hating me," or they may say, "Do this on your own." But the real thing is, you don't have to do anything on your own. You got your family, and most importantly, you got God. So this is how I know we're going to be successful, because we're going to hit home on the real stuff. We not compete. Like, another thing, when you are on your family, people, they start to hate you. They don't like you. They may not say it, but they don't like what you got going on. They don't like you. They may want to be, or they may want to know what you're up to. They may say, "Man, you got all the support. I don't. You different." No, that's not true. I just got my family. Ain't nothing different about us. I love my family. Just because you hate on your sister and your brother, that don't mean we do.
Right.
So, this is why our podcast is going to be great. It's going to be great because we're going to hit home, and everything we do talk about is something that we want to talk about. Same with religion. I'm big on the spirituality tip because I care about my family. I want us all to make it, you know. I got diagnosed with cancer. It was a shock to me. And my first thing I thought about was my family, my kids. I felt weak. But then something told me to get up. Like, dude, ain't nothing wrong with you. You have to do what you got to do. Had surgery and all this stuff. So, man, I've been on this search, spiritual tip. And I'm going to, I'm like streaming through different topics.
Yeah.
So now I got these books, right? I got this Plant Paradox book. I got How Not to Die book. And then my auntie got me this book, and she wanted me to, the dog ripped the cover off of it. But this guy's in Illinois, and it's about how to live longer. Life over cancer, core, mind, and spiritual, boosting your biology. It has all this stuff, right? So let me ask you something. If I do all this stuff and I live a little bit longer, but if I don't give my life to God, what difference do it make?
Yeah.
So I'm asking you guys, if you guys do whatever you want to do, you get your best job, you get your cars, you get your girlfriends, you get your boyfriends. If Ellis is great at basketball, if she doesn't give her life to God, what difference does it make? So I thought about reading these books, but I can't read it. Something is stopping me from reading these books. It's something that's telling me if the time I spend reading these books, I could be reading the Bible.
That's true.
What'd you think about that?
Well, the books might have good messages in them, but at the same time, you are right. You can read the Bible, but I also think you probably can manage both reading the Bible and the books, and maybe they.
But let's say if I split reading the Bible, let's say I read the Bible. Let's say it's 10 hours I'm up, and I read the Bible 7 hours, and I read the books 3 hours. That's 3 hours I don't read the Bible. So the Bible says, put your faith in God, not man. But there's wisdom in these books. But the Bible teaches you how to live forever, if you believe in it, not these books.
What do you think about people who believe in God but tend to have doubts about if he's real?
Then they don't believe in God.
Like, how people say they go through they lose one family member, then they lose another family member within 2 weeks or a month, and then they start having doubts in God. What do you think about that?
I feel like that they don't believe in God, and they have not read the Bible long enough and put it in action. And we all done that. The Bible talks about being lukewarm in Revelations. He said, you're neither hot nor cold. You're lukewarm. I want to spit you out my mouth. Life is a trip.
Yeah.
You have to have a stable mind. I read about that. You can't be going tossed back and forth. Are you stable? I used to be unstable. I used to wonder why. I go to this church, they preach the word to me, and I just haven't changed. Something missing. And that's another thing. Ephesians 6:11 says, put on the whole armor of God, that he may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. The NLT says all strategies of the devil. NIV says schemes of the devil, all schemes. So you have to have the whole armor of God to make it. The spiritual war is true. It's crazy. You got the obvious, you got death, you got cancer, you got diseases that's one day you're gonna wake up, you're gonna find out somebody you love had a heart attack, drop dead. I had 4 cousins die within the last year that I grew up with. Then you got people who betray you. You got friends who don't like you, but they want to be around you. You got relatives. You got the world saying there's mental health. You got so many things. So before I even dive into the Bible, I have to make sure I put the whole armor of God. Before I even challenge people on this podcast, it's a lot I want to challenge people. I have to make sure I have my armor on right, because anybody can come to me and try to confuse me. So I would say for that person who feels like they believe in God but something's bad happening to their life, I would say it's tough, man. You just gotta continue. You have to live it. That's why the last podcast I said Austin taught me. He got rid of all of his distractions and he's focused on what he focused on. So what I'm doing, all I do is pretty much work, read the Bible, and that's it. I don't tank myself with bad music, bad TV shows. I can't afford it right now. And that's what I advise everybody to do.
I believe in that. Everything that was said, I do.
Yeah. So there's nothing else I really want to talk about. And I live in the 53218 area code. Just to make it better, we had within the last week from January 29th to February 4th, we had 74 violent calls. That's 10.5 violent killings, shootings, stabbings just in this area. So the inner city, we are at war, and we have to fight to keep it. So, and that's another thing what this podcast is going to do. We're going to fight, and we're going to expound on the truth.
Where we keep it real.
Where we keep it real. And you have anything you got to say?
Do I have anything? Not really. I think we did good. We had a good conversation this podcast. I think this one went well. Or this second episode, I should say.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I didn't say much, but, I was just letting people get their thoughts out. But, I think having our first guest, my sister, was that went good too. Interesting. Hopefully my brother gets on here too when he comes back.
Yep.
As soon as he comes back, I'm gonna get him on here, talk to him about football.
Yeah, I want to definitely talk to him about football. We talked earlier today, and we talked about his high school career and his junior college career. We talked about his junior college career, and pretty much, I'm finding out that the JUCO road where he went to is a dead end for a lot of black kids.
Yeah.
For a lot of athletes, period.
Seems like people are stuck there.
It's a dead end. They stuck there and they go nowhere. It's a lot of kids who said they had got offers, they ain't go nowhere. A lot of great athletes did not go anywhere. So now I would like to discuss, like, what are these coaches doing with these kids? Like, why aren't they being held accountable for getting them to where they're supposed to go? They're just cycling these kids for a job.
Basically.
So, but anyway, I want to give a shout out to my family. So yeah, today I talked about my brother. Man, I don't know who we're gonna talk about next.
Yeah, and I don't know who's gonna be on here after my brother.
Yeah, whoever want to get on there. We don't have any ammo updates.
Hopefully we'll get some soon.
We will soon. And yeah, man, keep tuning in.
It's almost at an hour. Got 51 minutes.
Yeah, so.
Oh, if you don't know, my brother, from this image, my brother's in the Nike gray hat. And I'm in the back with the Milwaukee Bucks sweatshirt. This is a old picture, but a few years old, I believe.
Yeah, it's old.
Not that old, though. Not that bad. But yeah, this was a great podcast, or great discussions today. You got any last things you want to say?
No, thank you guys for listening. If you have any questions, hit us up. Anything you want to talk about, hit us up. This podcast, we're gonna always talk about religion, spiritualness. We're gonna always talk about our family, and we're gonna talk about what's going on in this world.
Yeah, like you say, you can hit us up basically on the email that I got in the description. And we also got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. What else? I got TikTok out there too. Whatever you see this on, hit us up on it. We're also going to be expanding this out to multiple sites, whether it's the iHeartRadio, Spotify, everything we could get out there, we will put this out there. So we're trying to reach as many people as possible, and we're trying to make this our new job.
It is our new job.
Yep.
This is it. All right, and we're gonna keep you updated on the MAS girls as they on their road to state.
Most definitely. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.